It is well known that the Industrial Age has two bosses. The first boss is, without a shadow of a doubt, Bomber. A bomber, first of all, has Bomber 12. Rate of fire means how much damage it can make for one hit, 3. So it means that if your unit is a veteran unit, a bomber can from one strike hit him from 3 points from 4. It's really strong. Rate of fire, land, bombardment. In addition to that, land units, they don't give any damage for your bomber when it attacks them. Of course it can be intercepted by fighters, but look, we are the only nation now which is able to build bombers. That's why our first goal now is to build around 100 bombers, I guess. The second boss of that age is inventory transportation. We can build tanks. Tank isn't so strong in my own perception, as I told you, it's movement only 2. But the most important thing for that machine is, first of all, it can attack twice. Second of all, it has attack 16. Welcome to the Iroquois Empire, 16. But for me, the most important and exciting thing is that you can easily update this unit to a modern armor unit. This is the boss of the game in the next age. We are going to build actually 3 units. First of all, bombers. Let's take a look again. Bombers. To attack units from a distance. Second of all, of course, for sure, we need infantry, because infantry is going to defend the cities we are going to capture. And the last boss is going to be tanks, because tanks are going to attack naughty boys. We are going to bomb enemy cities, after that a cavalry will just capture them, because look, the most important thing of a bomber is that it has lethal land and naval bombardment. What does it mean? If you attack a ship by several bombers, it will be destroyed completely, it will be just eliminated. The same situation is with a land unit. It means that you can just attack from a distance a city, and then the city in the end of attack, when you kill, the last defender will be empty and you can easily capture the city by your cavalry. Prepare your posh tales. We have finished a wonder which astounds me. This is the Hoover Dam. First of all, it looks really nice. Addition to that, it gives us a hydro plant in all cities in the same continent. Hydro plant increases our factory production as every heat plant. But, first of all, we will be gained this plant in our cities in the same country for free. So for example, in Hamburg, we don't pay anything for a heater plant. It's really strong. Addition to that, the moment you build a factory in your city, we will be gained by power automatically. So it increases our production and it reduces the cost of maintenance of our buildings. Our naughty and dexterous execution team has arrived. Look, nowadays in that city we have more than 100 bombers. And our first goal is going to be Agade. Why Agade? Because we would like to punish a little bit Sumerian civilization. In Lagash we have a great wonder, Leonardo's workshop, we would like to obtain it. But two our main goals are Busan and Daejeon. Because they can turn to luxury resources, furs and gems, we don't have it right now. And of course we are not going to pay it because we have already built our bombers. That's why our first strike is going to be Agade. After that we will put there a strong garrison to protect the city. Let's start our punishment from Sumerians. Prepare for our chops. And now I want to show you the strongest part of bombers. Look. We can attack multiple times and we just can kill enemy unit. Because this unit has both land and naval lethal bombardment. Let's punish their troops. And interceptors. A really important thing. We don't need even use our cavalry. It is a good reconnaissance unit. Now let's capture Agade. Celts are going to protect them. It's okay, it's not a problem. Booms, 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 booms. Finally we killed Agade garrison. Now we need to use our magnificent cavalry. Booms, booms. And the city is ours. Without casualties, without mayhem, without losing a swarm of cavalry, the city is ours. Right now we need to send here a strong garrison. We have for that purposes infantry. 5, 6, 7. I think 8 infantry is going to be more than enough. Booms. It's really funny. The same turn Egypt asked us a technology for free. We set him where it should go. Now we are in Egypt. Addition to that, now our enemies are Sumerians, Celts, and Americans. And I think soon it's going to be Koreans also. That's why we are going to sustain the attack and we are going to destroy the units by our bombers. And one more dirty trick. Look, we have a lot of airports and we build some infantry every turn. To redeploy this infantry on the battlefield really fast, I strongly recommend you to build an airport in our continent. Now we have an airport in Septum, and we can just easily redeploy our infantry to this airport. Where is it? Booms, redeployed. Of course you can do it only one time in one city per turn, but we have a lot of cities. Our current intermediate results are astounding. First of all, we captured gems near Montpellier. Second of all, we captured first near Taijon. Now let's take a look. We have full warmage of happiness. We have all 8 luxury resources in the game. Sounds great. And now our metropolises in our continent. All laborers were happy. Sounds great. Addition to that, we captured Lagash. And where we captured the great wonder Leonardo's workshop. So now improving our units will be 2 times cheaper. Now our main goal is to capture 2 cities from the Korean Empire, Ulsan and Sarivon. They look fine, we can improve them. And look at it, on the southern part of the Sumerian Empire. We love these cities, especially Kisura. Look at this city. It is our ground, it's just cluttered by hills and mountains. We can produce here a lot of shields. Addition to that, Mampir in Umma looks nice. But Kisura is just the gem of the Sumerian Empire. That's why we are going to capture that. And addition to that, right now we are researching the last technology of the Industrial Age. Soon we will be in the Modern Age. And of course it happens all the time. We were pushing our continent. We had no intention to punish our Carthaginian friends. And of course, we take a mutual pact and attacked us with Egyptians. Nice. In addition to that, we captured a lot of our workers. So that's why we are going to punish the nerdy and malicious tales. Next turn we will obtain the technology, which will allow us building tanks. After that we will switch all production in our cities from infantry on tanks. And we will see if the Numidian mercenary can stay versus our tanks. The nerdy and dexterous Iroquois boy has achieved the Modern Age. Congratulations. Now the game is going to be dramatically changed. Let's talk about our research. Our first goal, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to be computers. Computers give us first mobile defensive unit, mech infantry. Additionally to that, it gives us a research lab which will increase our research efficiency. And the last one is a scientific wonder city program which doubles research efficiency in your city. This is our first goal, and our next goal, 2 next goals actually. Ecology, which will give us opportunity to build mass transport system, which will reduce pollution from population. And after that, the next goal is recycling, because recycling reduces pollution from our improvements. What does it mean? It means that the pollution from factories and your hydro, for example, and coal plants will be reduced. How are we going to protect ourselves from naughty frigates, especially from America, who are bombing our seashores? Of course, we need to build some artillery. We can capture it, we can build it, but it's a really useful unit. You can just bombard these naughty boys. When they are hit, they are going to their best to heal. That's why for some time his problem will be solved, and all that time you can build your own navy. As a result of a war in our continent, we punished our dear friend from the Sumerian Empire. Now Sumerians are living in the north with deers and grass. Also, we finished our equations with Americans. We took 2 of their cities, Detroit and New Orleans. And it seems to me we are going to defend on this line, Detroit, New Orleans and Hierakonpolis, because we don't have any equations to our civilizations. And now we are going to punish our naughty Carthaginian boy, because he was very naughty and dexterous when he attacked our magnificent and implacable empire. Look at that, the research tree. I decided to change our queue. First of all, we are going to research militarization, which gives us just implacable and magnificent wonder, the internet. It will give us a research lab in every city in the same continent. That's why? Look, we have already prepared what's going on. In New our salted fish. We need 2 turns to finish research and miniaturization, and after that we will switch production in that city, and next turn we will obtain miniaturization wonder, the internet, and we will be given by a research lab in every city in our continent. That's why nowadays we are spending our production on tanks and mechs, because we can just save it. There is no point to build a research lab in a city if we can obtain it for free for that wonder. I want to share with you one idea for that game. This game has Blitzkrieg also, but it's slightly different kind of Blitzkrieg which we are getting to see in our games. In this game, Blitzkrieg lies on workers, which are building railroad. In the city you have conquered, the city was taken this turn. In addition to that, you need really fast unit, perfectly if it's speed free, which can come to a city. Fort that. After that you use your bombers to destroy city garrison, and this turn you capture that city, and after that you build by your workers railroad on that city and you capture the next city. Let's take a look how it works. And the garrison of our city is killed by aviation again, but I want to mention one funny thing. In this strategy, tank is not the best unit because it has speed only 2. That's why if you use a tank, it will just stay here near the city and skip a turn. That's why we need a unit with speed 3. A cavalry is a perfect unit, it's just a perfect unit for that strategy. But of course, soon we will obtain the boss, the big boss of the game, modern armor, speed 3, attack 24, welcome to our empire. But this is a so late unit, so late, it's the end of the last age. So for these purposes I always use our cavalry, because cavalry is cheap. Anyway, we built it in previous ages and it has speed 3. Let's capture the city, by the way. Booms. And the city is ours. Right after we captured the city, we can just move units to garrison captured city. And of course we can build a railroad to another city to put garrisons everywhere. So this is the strategy of Speed Blitzkrieg in that game. Finally we tackled our questions with Celts. They paid 5 fees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fees. Because we don't want to let them continue their impertinence. Now we have only 2 questions. This is Egypt and Korea, and I think Korea is almost a corp. We have signed a peace treaty with all our nations. Now we even have a small army to protect our posh tails. Each of these armies contains more than 100 tanks, and soon we'll be able to update it to modern armor. Just in case, you know, to protect our posh tails from naughty boys. We're in the industrial age now. We have research, technology, ecology and recycling. Now we're building in all our cities mass transport system, and in addition to that, of course, we're building a recycling system to dramatically reduce our pollution. In addition to that, I think we should start preparing our country for space victory. That's why we start researching rocketry. And our next goal is going to be space flight with its small wonder Apollo program. This is the final project in the game to achieve a space victory. That's why. Right after the recycling center, we will start salting that small wonder in our magnificent new organ. Some kind of global massacre was started on our continent. Egypt adopted Celts, and in addition to that, Sumerians decided to help Egypt, and so it's just some kind of global massacre. But we don't care. Because first of all, we have everything we need. Second of all, we are fat lazy cat. We just want to build our space program. We want to achieve modern units, so we're just a huge lazy cat, which is laying, burn, and just thinking of its own future. And, by the way, let's talk about the units in the modern era. First of all, I want to mention what mech infantry isn't the best unit for you in the modern era. If you have a very deep pocket, of course, it's really wonderful to update all units to mech infantry. But if you have a very deep pocket, you should build a lot of tanks. After that, in the modern era, in synthetical fibers, you will be given by modern armor. Look at these stats. First of all, attack 24. Welcome to Iroquois Empire. That's the hugest attack stat in a game. Addition to that, defense 16, movement 3, everything we like. Defense 16 is almost the same as mech. Mech has defense 18, 2 less. But it has similar price, and it's attack 24 and movement 3. That's why if you have very deep pocket, and we have a very deep pocket, it is better to build modern armor. Also, I want to mention one unit. It's jet fighter, or if you're playing America, it's F-16. Oh, 15, okay. First of all, it can protect you from bombardment, from bombers. It's a really important unit. So that's why I recommend you to build some of them and deploy them in your cities to protect you from attacks from the sky, because you know computers like building bombers and bomb everything they see. Also, let's mention 2 ultimate bombers and fighters in the game. First of all, stealth bomber. Look at this magnificent unit. Operational range 16. Bombardment 18. Rate of fire 3. It means that you can easily wipe out everything you can see on the map. The only issue is its price. 240 shield, it means that this unit costs like 2 modern armors. And of course he has its flying coworker, Steel Fighter. Steel Fighter is a perfect reconnaissance unit, it has operation. range 12. In addition to that, both of these units, it's hard to intercept them. It is said in the description, it is difficult to intercept these units by fighters. It means that you can just wipe out everything you see without any retaliation. And, of course, you can build steel fighters for protection your city. Alright, let's cook our salted fish. We need just to switch our production again to the Apollo program. Boom, it will be done next turn. And let's discuss our research endeavors. First of all, we would like to attain finally synthetic fibers. We would like to achieve that ultimate unit of the game. Also, we would like to increase our production. That's why our next goal after synthetic fibers is going to nuclear power. Because look, nuclear plant increases production of factory on 100%. All our plants in the game, so for example a solar plant, increases production of your factory only on 50%. And of course, we are heading to robotics. Because robotics will allow us building the next factory in the city. In fact, manufacturing plant increases production in our city on 50% also. As a factory, so we will be given one additional factory. We have obtained modern armors. Look at this magnificent unit, just look at it. It reminds me, you know, cruisers in white sharks, in submarine titans, I don't know why. Also, we updated one of our naughty army, more than 100 modern armors. It means that we will continue our endless campaign in the next series. See you soon in Tactical Imperative.